I have to be quiet. Because the government are unaware of what I have in my possession. And if they were to find out, the entire planet would be after me. You know, I've watched a lot of bad movies in my time. A lot of bad movies. Some really bad. Some dog vomit shit licking balls bad. But then there's a higher level of bad that can never be described or explained. Just experienced. That's where I come in. And I'm taking all of you lovely people with me. Have you ever heard of Video Brinquedo? We are about to hear all about him.
Video Brinquedo, though also known as Toyland Video, is a Brazilian animation studio found in Sao Paulo.
And I really use the term animation studio very loosely.
I guess you could compare them to the likes of The Asylum. They produce low-budget direct-to-video animated movies, mockbusters, or popular films from Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, or any other studio that isn't completely incompetent and devoid of any brain cell sobriety or talent. They have been slated by critics and audiences, ripping on their awful animation that very rarely looked finished, the horrendous voice acting, the unfunny comedy, scenes that dragged on too long, asinine editing, and cringe-inducing dialogue. Eric Henriksen from the Portland Mercury called Video Brinquedo the cheapest and laziest movie studio of all time. A critic on Toon Zone reviewed Ratatouille.
Yes, that is the real title.
If you ate a copy of the worst cartoon you could think of, you would still probably crap something better than Ratatouille. The poor animation makes the film as a whole a senseless waste of raw materials and a waste of time, energy and effort for all parties concerned. One of the owners, Mauricio Milani, denied claims of plagiarism and claimed the stories are original, just the themes are the same. Disney's legal department were actually contacted about a potential lawsuit, but Milani refused to comment and nothing ever came of it.
And today we're looking at, and this isn't an exaggeration, this is why I'm hiding from the government, I have in my possession the worst animated movie ever made.
This is a film that makes Food Fight look like The Shawshank Redemption. This is a movie that is so bad, the company doesn't even list it or acknowledge it on their own website. This is a film that is so bad, its IMDb page has no reviews and not a single rating. Well, I'm gonna fix that right now. This is a movie that is so bad, Madeleine McCann saw it and was so traumatized she went into hiding and has never been found since.
This is honestly the bad one. Bottom of the barrel. Worst of the worst.
So this is Fairytale Land. Look at all of that beautifully half-rendered animation that looks like the Sasquatch from the Pick of Destiny vomited all over Food Fight. This is a reformatory of fairytale characters who refuse to abide by their own stories written for them.
Sure, if you say so.
On paper, this actually kind of sounds like a cool idea. I mean, Shrek did a similar thing before it, but I feel like there was a lot of potential here. How's it gonna go wrong?
Do you really want to hear it?
So we meet Mrs. B. Why is she called Mrs. B?
It's never explained. I mean, is it because she's a witch, but she's also the villain, so she's a bitch and a witch, Mrs. B? I mean, it's a stretch. It's the only thing I can think of.
On the top floor of the main tower of the reformatory, we find one of the most rebellious of all the characters. Her name, Rapunzel, or as she likes to be called, Rap.
Yes, you heard that right, folks. Rapunzel is called Rap.
Yeah, that is a problem.
So Rap hates her story and feels like a guy should fall for her, regardless of what her hair looks like.
You could only call what sat atop her head an impenetrable nest. Even shampoo could not reach the root of the problem.
Pun,
So it turns out Rap likes to express her feelings through song and...
I just wish I had little wings to fly. Fly away from where I'm now. Way beyond this room, way beyond the sky. I need to find your love right now. No, it's not good.
No, it's not.
How awful!
Dear God, that was bad! Anyway, Mrs. Bewitched enters and we then get the longest scene in cinema history.
I've told you 100 times that I don't like to be called Rapunzel, Mrs. B. How would you like it if I started calling you Mrs. Wynn?
You can stop right there, young lady. Respect for your elders is a good thing. I still have my pride, you know. Anyway, I can't help they chose an antiquated name for me. And besides, it doesn't reflect my true beauty.
Oh, what a beauty. Is she kidding or what?
You know, just in case we didn't get the subtle joke that she's ugly.
So Mrs. B tries to convince Rap to obey her story, but it doesn't really go down too well.
Nobody touches my hair, Mrs. B. I don't think it's right that I should be a prisoner in a witch's tower.
And what could you possibly have against witches?
Listen, I don't have anything against witches. I just can't see spending my days combing my hair.
Jesus Christ, get to the point!
I doubt there even exists a prince who could fall in love with a chatterbox who sings from her elbows.
Wait, what?
The chatterbox who sings from her elbows.
What?
You know, I thought maybe it was just me being uncultured, so I had to look it up. And nope, that's not an expression. The hell are you smoking, movie? It's no surprise that this is the one and only project this writer ever wrote.
Good.
So who wants to be alone? Tell me who?
You, for example. I don't think anyone's ever seen you searching for a Mr. B. Aren't you unhappy?
Oh, well, that's a peculiar question to ask someone.
Get to a point!
Let me tell you something, young lady. I used to have loads of suitors when I was younger. Ogres, wizards, elves.
We get it! Move the fuck on! We are 10 minutes in and it's the same goddamn scene!
I've had enough of this.
Even the fucking voice actors want this shit to end!
The rebel girl who was missing has returned.
Maddie?
No, Cinderella shows up, and if you were enjoying Mrs. B and Rap's half-decent voice acting, get a load of this!
Hey, Rap, what's up? I was thinking of you all day.
Oh, and she likes to be called Cindy.
I'm gonna gut you like a fish.
No, you're not worth it.
Maybe you're right.
And why does she smile at everything, even when they're arguing?
You're conceited and take care of your appearance. How about trying to convince her to fix her hair?
Now just wait a darn minute. I myself am also conceited. I myself am also conceited.
The dumbest piece of shit ever written.
I myself am also conceited.
I can feel the tides turning. The stars have aligned. I must seek answers. Master, I have searched the entire world to find you. And now I must know the answers. How could someone be so stupid to write such a terrible, terrible lie?
Oh, young grasshopper, young Padawan, it's all very simple.
Yes, I need to know.
We must undergo months of severe and intense training for you to be able to comprehend this kind of information.
We don't have time. You must tell me now.
Are you sure you can sustain this revelation? This information may corrupt you for the rest of your life.
I can. Tell me.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug!
Fuck! Okay, first of all, this is supposed to be the heroine. All likability's gone out the window because now she's bragging about being conceited. Second of all, she's not fucking conceited because if she was conceited, she would fucking brush her hair, she would comb her hair, she'd be vain as fuck looking in the mirror all the time. So it's a character who lies about being arrogant. And she's the fucking hero! This film can't even follow its own bullshit!
Sorry, I don't agree with you.
So Cindy objects to her story as well, not wanting to be treated like shit by her sisters, blah, blah, blah. And then the film just shows exactly how incompetent it really is.
Mrs. B left the room from the wrong side. The reason it bothers me this much, it's not a nitpick, the reason it bothers me this much is because it's fucking animated!
Gosh, I'm glad you like it, but you don't have to go over the top.
How do you make a mistake like this when it's animated? If it's live action, sure, you could have shot it the wrong way or directed the actor incorrectly, but here you're drawing everything as you please, so they did this on purpose. Or maybe they're just about as intelligent as a dog that's skull has been smashed against a boulder and then raped by a bear.
If you ask me, I think she looks much more like a dragon than a witch. Right?
Right, so...
You keep knocking on my door, all the things you have to say, for my ears don't mean a thing.
That doesn't even rhyme.
I just wanna free my mind, my own road, I wanna ride.
My God, these may be some of the worst lyrics I've ever heard.
This is how I'm gonna die.
I can't always be so pretty. I can't always be so cute.
This movie is so shitty. This movie sucks my poo.
Glad you like it. You have no idea how many days I spent working on this song until it came out just the way I wanted.
She spent days on that? Days? Plural?
You'll also notice there's constant lesbian undertones between Rap and Cindy.
I just love them. They match you. Hey, would you like to see my microphones?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, Cindy, get a hold of yourself. I don't know if you can relate to this.
So Rap says she has some more songs, so I guess she has more than Vanilla Ice, but first they look for clothes online. Yeah, laptops and even Xboxes exist in this world. They buy clothes online for literally no reason whatsoever, and then Rap is a bit shy and isn't sure she wants to show Cindy more of her music.
She wasn't shy 2 seconds ago.
I can't always be so pretty.
Consistent.
I meant what I said before.
But Cindy soon convinces her before they seem to have completely switched voice actresses for this next song.
You're the one that makes me feel so good. It's gotta be you anytime.
Meanwhile, in the forest of fairytale land,
And we finally get a new scene! 22 minutes! A 22-minute scene of nothing but talking about nothing!
That's absolutely right.
So we see Prince and his best friend Encantado. Why do they have such massive hands?
Because this film is a massive jerk-off.
oh, this silly boy decided to play his game again. And now sad hearts will beat stronger. Well, yeah. Sorry about this.
And weirdly, these two dudes have a lot of gay undertones as well.
Look at my great prince over there, getting all sentimental and stuff.
Don't be silly.
As luck would have it, Prince makes music too. What the fuck are the odds?
Okay, prepare to be wowed.
And it's the most basic-ass guitar solo ever known to man. You make Everlast look talented!
They talk, we cut away for a gag of them playing Rock Band, ha ha.
I've never found anyone who can really understand my music.
Well, go to the autistic child ward and maybe you'll have better luck.
And you think that's perfectly acceptable? You're under the impression that's good?
As they wander through the forest looking for Walt Disney to animate them a bit better, they hear Rap singing, and despite her sounding flatter than my ex, they're entranced by her lack of vocal talent and head her way. They get to the tower and, as all guys know, to get a girl's attention all you gotta do is throw stones up at her face.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
What do you suppose that was?
Why was there a pause there? Was there a joke? Was that a joke? Or was that just a fuck-up in editing?
Oh, you're so dramatic.
Now, despite their initial message being to love someone for the person that they are, El Cantado and Prince fall for them both instantly.
But basically, I'm against following a life that was already chosen for me.
Gosh, besides the beautiful voice, you even have personality.
She does? I must have missed that part.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
Before long, Mrs. B walks in and, for some reason, the girls hide the guys.
Why? Mrs. B wanted this to happen! Let's recap!
This is about a place where rebellious fairy tale characters live because they don't want to live out their story written for them. Mrs. B wanted Rap to go for the prince and let down her locks. Now Rap wants a prince and fixes her hair, but for some reason hides it from Mrs. B despite her wanting it, and it would probably get her freedom.
I don't know.
Anyway, as I said, Rap decides to fix her hair, going against the entire message completely, whilst the guys even acknowledge wanting the girl's babies.
We're going to comb my hair.
You mean that you changed your mind about everything you said?
Here's the difference, my young friend. I'm gonna comb my hair because I want to, because I feel like doing it, and not because someone else told me to.
No, you're doing it because you want some dick. Quit trying to say something you're not.
Don't just stand there with your mouth open. Now come on and help me. I'll need a hand straightening out this rat's nest.
What? But she isn't. Her mouth isn't open. This is animated. This is an animated movie. And you couldn't animate. Look, I can't draw for shit, right? But look, face, eyes, nose. It's an open mouth. I can do something this film can't. It's an open mouth. You can't draw an open mouth? This is an animated studio. They can't draw a fucking open mouth. You can draw the world's biggest hands, but not a fucking... It's okay. We're almost done.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
Hi.
Bill, those are historical babes.
So despite her hair clearly not being long enough to reach the ground, it does anyway and he climbs up. Just listen to this audio without seeing the picture.
It sounded like there was another person here. And it couldn't be Cinderella because she's downstairs with that new friend of hers.
Wait. Why is Cinderella allowed a friend downstairs but Rap isn't? What?
Well, I've been thinking of building the walls around the reformatory even higher.
Anyway, Rap tries to warn Prince about Mrs. B, but none of it adds up.
What happens if she catches me here?
I don't even want to think about it. When somebody disobeys her orders, she's capable of more evil than a little bit.
But you're not disobeying her orders. You're doing what she wanted from the start. This is your script. This is my ass. I just improved it.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
To save time and I guess talent, we get a cheap montage to cover some relationship development. The narrator has a wet dream over a fairy. Wait, what?
It reminds me of a beautiful fairy I met one day at the Wizard's Bar. That wonderful hair, those shiny eyes. Oh, sorry.
Mrs. B soon discovers Rap's hair products.
Has she finally decided to give in and follow her destiny? But I wonder why on earth she wants to hide it.
So do I!
And I have ideas for those lyrics you wrote last week.
Did he say last week? Aha! Now I see that this relationship has been going on for a very long time indeed.
A week. Well, guess it's the length of most of mine.
Now, as if this didn't make sense enough, Mrs. B gets angry over this.
Why? It's what you wanted, you dozy old cow!
You wanted her to get the prince and let down her hair. You wanted her to abide by her story. In fact, why is Mrs. B even the bad guy here? She's going by the rules. She's looking out for Rap and Cindy, and they're the uptight little cunts who treat everyone like shit and are in it for themselves. This entire story is fucked.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
Anyway, as a punishment, Mrs. B turns Rap into John Cena.
Rap, I can't see you.
Prince starts searching everywhere for her.
I thought he was blind. Or can he just not see Rapunzel? Or do I just not give a shit? I just don't give a shit.
They decide to rip off Harry Potter and end up in the exact same forbidden forest.
Yes, it's really called that.
And they just so happen to find each other. They stay together, we get another shit song, the reformatory gets shut down.
Never explain why, but I don't really care.
Mrs. B becomes a cleaner as punishment instead of forcing her to give Prince his vision back for some reason. And then we get the most terrifying threat of all.
Destiny. No, that little scamp. Always finds a way to make the ending happy. And I do mean always. And I do mean always. Always.
A sequel? Please, I am begging you, do not make another one of these. This movie has way too much shit for any human to handle alone.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
This is bad. 48 minutes and 33 seconds, and it feels like 4,833 minutes and 33 seconds. Scenes that never end, eye-cloyingly bad animation, cringe-worthy comedy, embarrassing musical numbers, and maybe a couple decent voice acting roles by Mrs. B. Rapp and the narrator, but that is it. At least with shit like Food Fight, the movie is so bad and so over the top, I can get some kind of enjoyment out of it, but this is so boring, so dragged out, so horrendously awful. It is one of the hardest films I've ever had to sit through. It's 48 minutes and it ruined my life. I can't help but feel that they knew this would suck. I refuse to believe anyone worked on this truly believing it was a work of art. The only effort here is the voice actors. Nobody animated this crap and could have felt proud. Nobody wrote this dialogue and impressed themselves. Nobody edited this shit together and thought, yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, this is going places.
I am begging everyone, steer clear of this one. It's on YouTube, but don't go and see it. Don't do this at home. Do not try this at home.